Peace, my friends. How's it going today? My name is Ben, back with another yoga practice. Today we're going to be focused on opening through the hips and the spine and strengthening through the legs and the core. We'll be playing with some fun variations of lunging postures, and we'll stay in the flow of things in today's practice. Let's go ahead and get started right into a downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, just try to hike the hips up, push the ground away, and find strength. And for a moment here, I know I usually cue us to shift around in down dog, right, to mobilize. But this time, maybe come to stillness. Take a little bend in the knees, scoop the hips back, lengthen through your side bodies, press through your armpits. Find the mat with each fingertip, especially the thumb and the index finger. And then keep the extension going all the way from the armpits up through the butt. And go ahead and take a breath in. Take a breath out. And bend into the knees. Look forward. Start to step the feet up to the top of the mat. Forward folds. As you get to your forward fold, relax the head down. Inhale to halfway lift. Extend through the spine. Stay long through the back of the neck. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Create some space across the chest. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Pause for a moment. Step the left foot all the way back. Step as far back as you can with relative ease. And then drop the left knee down. Reach the arms up to the sky. As you find your way into your lunge, take an inhale. Take an exhale. And then twist the right arm open. Stay open across the chest. Kind of look back behind you, and then imagine maybe you tuck your toes under behind you with the left foot, and then reach back. Imagine you could touch right hand to left heel. Now, it doesn't matter if you actually do it. And then maybe you kind of stop thinking about that and take your attention to the left hand and try to lift the left hand high up to the sky. So right hand reaches in the direction of the left heel. Left hand reaches up in the direction of the clouds. Feel length from your left knee to your left fingertips, and then take an inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Start to lean forward and then step forward into a fold. Shake out the knees. If you're like me, then that was a pretty deep opening. Pretty big ask of ourselves to start the practice. So we'll just take a moment to relax, to let the head drop low. And then we'll inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold. Step the right foot all the way back. Gently drop the right knee down and then lift the arms to the sky. Keep pressing down through your right foot, and that's going to be a key component of this lunge. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist the left arm open. Turn to your left over the left leg. And then option here to tuck the right toes under and start to reach back. Left hand reaches toward right heel. Doesn't matter if you get there. That's a goal for later. And then reach the right arm to the sky. Once again, just create length. Try not to crank yourself back. It's more, honestly, of a lifting up than back. And that'll require you to use your core. So feel your core engage as you lift up. Feel your back muscles engage as you find a little bit more length in the spine, a little bit more strength in your foundation. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Start to lean forward, tuck the toes, and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale to strengthen through the back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step the feet back to plank pose. From plank, lower halfway to chaturanga. Inhale through to your upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Once again, find a strong down dog. And if you want to add some shifts, you can. Lately, I've really been enjoying the side body stretch in down dog by dropping the left heels. or excuse me, dropping the heels to the left, and then kind of dropping the hips over to the left to stretch all the way from the space from the right hip to the right armpit. And then come back through center. If you did the side body stretch and switch sides. But really anything goes. Come back through center and then reach the right leg up to the sky for a three-legged dog. Step the right foot through to a lunge. Drop the knee down. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, twist open, right arm back, left arm forward. And then inhale, reverse the lunge. That's what we're going to call this, reverse the lunge. So right hand back toward left heel, left arm to the sky. Doesn't matter if you touch. This time I'm just kind of almost getting a fingertip to touch to the heel. And then inhale. Exhale, release, half splits. Pull the hips back and stretch over your right leg. And a little bit of an easy moment. And then rock your weight forward, step back to plank pose, and then flow. So take your chaturanga, take your upward facing dog, and then take your downward facing dog. And I will say, I'm just going to refer to that chaturanga to up dog as take your vinyasa. And I may end up skipping some up dogs because I just have a little bit of a sore back today that I'm not trying to aggravate too much. From down dog, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Step the left foot through to the top of the mat, and then drop your knee down. Inhale, arms come up to the sky. Exhale, twist open, left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale, reverse the lunge. Left fingertips toward right heel, right hand up to the sky. Keep strong, keep long, take an inhale. Exhale, hands release down to the mat. Half splits, hips pull back in space. Find a bit of an easier stretch. Come forward, place the hands down, step back to plank pose, lower to chaturanga. Option for upward facing dog on the inhale, downward facing dog on the exhale. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up to standing, arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Step to the middle of your mat. Set up for your dancer's pose. Let's start by bringing the right foot into the right hand. Try to grab the inside edge of your foot and try to have your shoulder rotating open so that your bicep and the soft part of your elbow kind of faces out to the side. Left arm up to the sky, take an inhale. Exhale, kick open, dancer's pose. Give yourself a few breaths. Release and come back to center. Take a moment just to stand, to fully recover. And then switch sides. Left foot into left hand. Try to keep your left shoulder open. Right arm to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, dancer. Kick, push, and open. Natarajasana. This pose is named after Nataraja for really his energy as the creator, the preserver, the destroyer. So there's this cosmic dance that Natarajasana represents. Take an inhale. Slowly start to release as you exhale. See how gracefully you can place your left foot back onto your mat. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back and flow through your vinyasa. Let's meet in downward facing dog in a couple breaths. And then once you get to down dog, inhale the right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot through to the top of the mat. Drop the left knee down, reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, twist open. Last time doing this, inhale, reverse the lunge. Right hand, maybe, just maybe, finds a connection with the left heel. In the future, you could always place a block there and explore reaching for the block just to the outside of your left heel. Might be a little more available. And take an inhale. Exhale, fold over into pyramid pose. So this time, maybe shorten your stance a little bit and fold over the right leg. Sometimes I really like to bend into my front knee because that really allows me to complete the hinge and really drop my belly over my thigh, finding a deeper fold. But it's only the bend in the knee, the humble bend in the knee, that allows me to get into that true deep fold. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, plank pose, and flow your way back to downward facing dog. And as you get to your down dog, left leg up, inhale. Exhale, step, top of the mat. Drop the right knee down, arms up to the sky. Inhale there. Exhale, twist open over your left leg. Inhale, reverse the lunge and see where some space is. We've been slowly creating this space. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground, pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Shorten your stance as needed. Bend into your left knee as needed or wanted. Because sometimes it feels good. I know I was very resistant for a long time to bending my left knee or bending my front knee or just bending the knees in forward fold. But as I've gotten more experienced, I've noticed and observed how by bending the knee, the fold not only is able to take place, but the pose is able to have a little bit more circuit flowing through it, meaning sometimes when we straighten a leg, it's not as fluid of a posture. Sometimes a little bend just allows things to flow. Anyways, start to shift forward, step back to plank pose, and then mindfully flow your way back to down dog with or without an up dog or a chaturanga to bring you there. And then once you get into downward facing dog, take a moment, let the heels weigh heavy down towards the mat. And then make your way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand and reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart. Take a moment to stand and come back to the middle of the mat. We're going to try something out. We're going to try out revolved dancer's pose. A really interesting, really fun posture. Kind of puts a fun twist on something that we're very familiar with, which is the Natarajasana, the traditional dancer's pose. So let's start out, left foot down, and then instead of reaching the right hand to the right foot, we're going to reach the left hand to the right foot. Generally, grab the outside edge of the foot so that you can roll your left shoulder open, but do as you please if another bind just feels more natural. And you might not expand as deep into the posture, but it's still an interesting thing to explore here with the twist. Slowly release. Take a breath. Shake it out a little bit. And then switch sides. The left hand will go to the right, the right hand will go to the left foot. Right? You can bend into your right knee to make that connection a little bit more possible. And then slowly expand and just try to breathe. And release. Relax. Maybe take a moment to roll the head and neck around. Just find a little bit of ease. And then step to the top of the mat. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, drop the head. Inhale to halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step both feet back. Flow your way back to down dog with or without a full vinyasa to take yourself there. Inhale the right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through to high crescent lunge. So this time, keep your knee floating off the mat. Rise up to stand. Lift your arms up and be really strong in both legs, including the back leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist open, right arm back, left arm forward. And then exalted lunge or reverse lunge. So left arm up to the sky. And then instead of reaching back to your heel, because that's pretty much impossible here, you can reach back unless you can back bend super deep. You could just reach back for your thigh. And then maybe left hand comes back to cradle the head. Take an inhale. Exhale, pyramid. Release and fold over your right leg, with the option to take this into revolved pyramid or revolved triangle. So left hand is down, maybe use a yoga block if you have one, and then right arm twists open to the sky. Quite the challenging posture, but maybe there's the space for it today based on what we've done so far. Take an inhale. Exhale slowly. Release. Step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step both feet back with the option to flow your way back to downward facing dog. Once you get there, inhale your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot through all the way. Arms up on the inhale. Twist open to your left on the exhale. Exalted lunge or reverse the lunge. So right hand to the sky, left hand reaches back to the right thigh. Create some space. Maybe the right hand comes back to cradle the skull. Take an inhale. Exhale, try to keep your balance. Pyramid pose. So pyramid pose just has the full fold. Option to add on the twist. When I twist, I like to bring my feet wider and a little closer. Right, so closer on the vertical edge of the mat and then wider on the horizontal edge of the mat. And then open through your chest, long through your spine. Take an inhale. Exhale, release. Step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Step back to plank pose. Last opportunity for today's practice to flow your way back to down dog. As you get to down dog, take an inhale. Take an exhale. Drop the knees down to the mat. Come to a seat. Give yourself a few moments to breathe. If you want to roll the wrists around a few times, that can be a nice thing to do for oneself. Maybe you roll the shoulders, or maybe you just do nothing. Go ahead and bring the legs forward and come to a position where you're lying down on the back. As you lie down on the back, take a moment to settle. We'll find Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees open wide. And then option to reach the arms overhead, and you could even bend the elbows, and you could even reach to grab opposite elbows. And I like this variation of grabbing opposite elbows because it's kind of like we're doing the same thing with our legs as we are with our arms, right? By closing the circuit, like I was referring to earlier. And that's what binds are really powerful for in our yoga practice, is closing the circuits so that things can flow, so that energy can flow. And sure, this may be a bit more of an esoteric philosophy than a literal anatomical philosophy, but that's what yoga is all about, right? It's about using the physical, the literal, to have a little bit more of a spiritual experience. So let this experience in the human body be a metaphor for a spiritual experience that you may also be having. You could stay in this Supta Baddha Konasana pose as long as you want. Or this will be a nice time as well to move into Happy Baby. And from Happy Baby, after you spend a few breaths here, it could be nice to move into plow pose from there. We did a fair amount of back bending today, especially for this shorter length of practice. So anytime you do back bends, it's generally a nice thing to do for the body as well, to do some sort of forward folds. And normally forward folds are practiced standing or seated, but forward folds can be really nice laying on your back as well. And I consider Happy Baby to be a forward folds. And as I move into Halasana, plow pose, I also consider this to be like an upside down forward fold. Slowly release. And then relax your body into Shavasana. Maybe you just extend the legs long down the sides of your mat and just rest the arms by your sides or place the hands on your body. Either way, find some calmness, find some stillness, find some effortlessness. Release all control, release all activation, release all efforts. Release the practice that we just did. Let yourself move into a new territory, a new part of your day, a new part of your experience. My friends, this is where I will leave you to take your Shavasana so that you can take your Shavasana for as long as you need to today, whether that's 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or even 10 or 20 minutes if you have the space and the time. This is where I'll leave you. Hope to see you soon on the mat. It's always a blessing to share space, so thank you for being here. I'll see you soon. Peace.